What's going on today, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you're excited because today we are at the Toronto Sport Card Expo. It is Sunday today. I went to the expo yesterday, had an awesome time. I have been in already today. I just went out and got the camera. I am trying out a new mic, so if it doesn't sound great, I might in fact voice over this, but for now, we're gonna rock with the mic so I can give you kind of a play-by-play as I go through things, kind of just giving you guys an overview of the show, and yeah, hopefully we'll see something cool today. So here's the main hallway that connects the two rooms. So here you have the hall in there. It's like a conference room where you can like sit down, have trades and relax. Like I said, we have hall 5 here. This is the main hall. We'll head in there in a little bit and take a look. Down that way is hall 4 and hall 3. The show has expanded a hall this year into hall 3, so that should be interesting. We'll take a look in there in a second. Walking into hall 5, you can see there we got the bar, lots of food and stuff. Here you can see just rows on rows of vendors and cards and stuff. I was here all day yesterday, still did not see everything. I probably won't see everything today. Absolute insane show.
I also want to give a quick shout out here to Jordan from JP Hockey Cards. We'll be taking a look here at his booth, and I also asked him what his favorite hockey card he has at the show. He showed me this really cool Tage Thompson card that you'll see here in a second.
Much about the card because I'm not a high-end kind of guy.
Yeah, but me either. Like I'm mostly low to mid-end, and yeah,
me too.
Tage there. What is that?
Yeah, Tage Thompson,
Premier,
auto patch.
RPA.
Yeah,
Very
Premier.
nice. Flip it around.
There's one other card I heard that is in the building. A guy's asking $1,800 for it.
So yeah, that was his favorite card he's got right now. He's trying to move it. So if anyone's interested in that Tage Thompson card, I'm not sure if he ended up moving it on the Sunday. Make sure you reach out to Jordan or reach out to me, and I'll get you in touch with Jordan. Very nice guy there.
This area of the show is where most of like the bigger vendors are. Like you can see here, you got PastimeSports.ca, eBay, Mint Inc., Waxbox Club's right beside me here, Slab Sharks, Klutz and Char's down there. Like I said, these are all the bigger shops, so lots of variety in this section, and it's definitely probably the biggest section of the whole show besides the autograph pavilion.
I also want to let you guys know that I will be doing a separate video with all my card show pickups from this past weekend, including all the trades I made at the expo, including the Saturday trades, the Sunday trades, and at the trade night, of course. Did a lot of trades, so it was a lot of fun. So if you guys are enjoying what you see here, if you could do me a favor, please just consider subscribing. It really helps me out a lot, and it's completely free. Change your mind at any time. Smash that like button on this video and drop a comment if you went to the expo this past weekend and if you made any nice pickups. This show has grown so much from when I started going to these like 2-3 years ago, and there's just so much Habs stuff now. I absolutely love it, including this booth here. Amazing stuff. And I was talking right here, pointing out the balloons. The balloons signal that it's an upper deck authentic dealer, a black diamond dealer, I believe they call. And at those booths, you can buy boxes for the box redemption. One thing I really like about the expo is the wax prices are unbeatable. You're never gonna find a better wax price for the most part, other than the Sport Card Expo. And this time around, you could buy a box of 23-24 Series 1, 22-23 Allure, 22-23 SPX, 22-23 Synergy, 22-23 Metal Universe, or I believe it was AEW, something to do with wrestling. I picked up a box of Series 1 and Allure that we will be ripping later on the channel, as well as the 2 redemption packs. So make sure you subscribe, stay tuned for that. So here now we're taking a look at the Upper Deck Breakers Lounge. This is where if you were to buy one of those boxes, you can bring it to the Upper Deck Lounge, get your Expo pack and rip it right in the lounge. I actually ended up watching, I met up with a fellow YouTuber completely by accident from the bench, so shout out to him. I'll leave his link down in the description. If you guys want to check out his channel, make sure you do that. And yeah, we actually did a trade and he broke a box in the lounge, hung out there for a while. Really cool dude. Yeah, go subscribe to him. Now here we're taking a look at a more higher end booth. As you can see, lots of McDavid Young Guns. They had lots of Crosby stuff. I see 6 McDavid Young Guns just right there. Absolutely insane stuff. Loads of Matthews Young Guns. There's lots of these booths around. This is probably the best high end spending place to go for hockey cards, buying, selling. This is probably the #1 stop in the world, this Toronto Sport Card Expo. And don't forget, guys, that the Toronto Sport Card Expo isn't just sport cards. There's also tons of hockey memorabilia, including this absolutely insane booth. I think they've had it at every expo that I've been to. All completely game-used Leaf stuff. Jerseys, sticks, helmets, gloves, anything you can think of. Nameplates, absolutely insane stuff. If this was a Habs section, I'd be all over it. But I can't be buying Leafs game-used stuff. That's just me. Next up, before we wrap up with Hall 5, I want to give a very special shout out to Brandon from 519 Sports Cards. 519 Sports Cards usually sets up at the Expo, and they have one of the nicest displays at the Expo. Just how everything's laid out, it is great, and it's mostly what I collect, Young Guns. I actually ended up picking up that Outburst Silver of Sean Farrell from Brandon. Gave me a good deal on that. Appreciate that. So make sure you stick around to see what else I picked up at the Expo. And like I said, I love how they have the Young Guns and all the cards displayed, how it's all at eye level, and how you can walk in and really get a good look at all the pricing. Everything's priced out. They'll give you good deals on the cards as well. Offers don't offend them. Really nice guys. Definitely recommend checking these guys out at the next Expo or whatever show they end up setting up at. My favorite part about the Expo is that the prices have to be competitive. Everyone's got to be kind of in line with comps or a little bit under to get their stuff really to sell, because there's a lot of competition. And sometimes when you go to smaller card shows, people can just price things however they want and prices get stupid. But at the Expo, if you don't like a price, you can probably, for the common, at least for me, for the common Young Guns, I can just go somewhere else. That's what I really like about the Expo. And yeah, it's nice that there's competitive pricing. Next up, I'm going to show you guys a negotiation I had. As you can see, that Kirby Doc PSA 10 Young Guns in the bottom left is listed at 110. I thought that was a little high considering the comps are currently around like $85 Canadian. So you'll get to listen to my negotiation with the vendor. I didn't show his face because I didn't really want to put any pressure on him to make a deal or anything. The mic quality isn't the best, so I will subtitle it a little bit so you guys can hear what's going on. Go down to 80 on the dock. No. Okay. That's just roughly what. That's
Discounts are really steep.
pardon.
The discount is really steep at 80. You're going to tell me that that's what the comps are?
Yeah.
Or did you add the freight and the tax to
No.
the comp?
But I also didn't add the selling fees.
No, wait. So if you add the $20 shipping, what's a comp at? 80?
For what? The dock?
Yeah, sorry, the rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 100.
Yeah.
113.
Yeah.
Then I take away the 15 points
Yeah.
that I would pay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
To 93.
Okay.
So 93.
So you'd be okay. Fair enough.
Right? And we're square.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, no problem.
Now, I thought this would be a good opportunity to show you guys how card show negotiations go down. Sometimes vendors will pull this negotiation tactic with the eBay. They'll say, oh, well, your like comps are around 80 bucks, but you don't have to pay tax and shipping. They're correct, but they also don't have to lose selling fees. So you got to kind of work it out. And this guy was really good at kind of finding a middle ground with me. And honestly, Doc's cards are down right now. I didn't pick up the card at the time, but I did come back later and I ended up buying that Kirby Doc Young Guns PSA 10 for 90 bucks. Really cool guy. I appreciate him giving me that deal. So yeah, shout out to this vendor. And yeah, that's how negotiations go down. So we're gonna take a look in Hall 5 before we head on over to Hall 4 is this booth. This booth, I absolutely loved it. This guy PC'd Brendan Gallagher and he was selling off a lot of his PC items. I picked up probably 2 of my favorite cards in my collection now from this guy. So make sure you stay tuned for Sunday's video when that video goes up of my pickups. Lots of Gallagher stuff in these bargain bins. There's a Cup RPA right there. I thought about picking that up, but the patch isn't great with the white, just a white strip, and that's why it was so cheap for 85 bucks there. And yeah, lots of bargain bins at these shows. A lot of fun to dig through bargain bins and find like cool stuff for your PC. That's the main reason I like digging through them, at least. So now we're heading on over to Hall 4 and 3, and as you can see, this is the connecting hall, and this is Sunday and it's still pretty busy, but Saturday you could not move in this area. This hall is a disaster. I try to avoid it at all times because there's always people stopping at the side booths. I did get a look at the side booths on the Sunday, but yeah, this hall, they need to do something about it for the future Expo because even on the Sunday, it's just way too crowded. Now here's the entrance into Hall 4 where they have the autograph pavilion as well as some more vendors. You can see actually Ken Reed set up right there doing some book signings on the right there with the sport card memorabilia backdrop. And yeah, they had a giant blow up. I think that's Eevee from Pokemon. I'm not great with my Pokemon, but I'm pretty sure that's Eevee. And yeah, this is Hall 4. Mostly it was for the autograph pavilion, but there's definitely some cool stuff in here as well. So now here in the autograph pavilion, I wasn't actually over in the autograph pavilion when Carey Price was signing on the Saturday. Would have loved to meet him, but it would have took up most of my day and the price was insane, so I decided not to. But here you can see the current Leafs are currently signing at this time. You got Matthew Knives, Joseph Woll, and Max Domi, as well as Ric Flair signing. I was able to get a decent shot of both Knives and Domi here, but Joseph Woll and Ric Flair were in the middle, so it wasn't as easy to get a nice clear look at them. But I was able to get Domi, and that's the guy I was really hoping for. I also just randomly ran into Gord Miller from TSN. He does all the World Junior play-by-play and other play-by-plays for the NHL on TSN. Randomly ran into him on the show floor, got a picture with him. He's a super awesome guy. I called him a Canadian icon. He kind of chuckled. So yeah, I was able to get a picture with him. That was a highlight for me. Yeah, super awesome guy. So when I was in Hall 4, my buddy called me and said, hey, you got to meet these guys. He's a fellow YouTuber. He ran into these guys wearing football jerseys. He just randomly asked if they had any football cards. Turns out it was Eric, who runs the From the Bench YouTube channel. Like I mentioned before, make sure you check out his channel. We made this trade here. I ended up getting Adam Fox, Raw Young Guns, and 20 bucks. He got the PSA 10 Travis Konechny Young Guns. I think Konechny and Fox are both undervalued in their own right. So I think it's a fair trade both ways. Really appreciate Eric for doing that deal. I also made a trade with Eric's buddy Simon, but that card trade Simon actually got from the trade night. So make sure you stick around for the trade night video where I show off my trades I made and some footage from the trade night and some bonus Expo footage as well. That'll probably come out next Sunday, like I said. And here's Hall 3. This is basically the grading hall. Nothing really else to it. As you can see, I turned around, showed off Hall 4. And yeah, this is where PSA, Beckett, and there was some vendors, but not too many in Hall 3. And this is actually the first time PSA ever offered on-site grading at the Sport Card Expo. I've never been in the National, but this setup was absolutely insane. When I mean the PSA booth tripled in size, that might be an understatement. It maybe quadrupled in size. It was nowhere near this scope. Absolutely insane venue for a PSA at this Expo. So now we're back over in Hall 5 at the Upper Deck booth. I'm gonna give some context to this clip. Me, my buddy Mackie, and Eric, who runs the channel From the Bench, and his buddies, we head on back to the Upper Deck booth because they wanted to buy some boxes to get the redemption packs. I wanted to see them rip the boxes. So we head on over there, and this guy was opening one of these boxes. They're mystery boxes from Upper Deck that you purchase. They contain 3 autograph pieces of memorabilia, and this was him opening it live, and he actually pulled a Wayne Gretzky signed miniature Stanley Cup, and this is his reaction to him seeing it for the first time. Pretty cool stuff.
Nicely done.
So
My
sick.
box.
Congrats.
Yeah, guys, so that's going to do it for this video. This was just a general overview of the expo. Like I said, I do have a lot more footage to show in the next video where I will also be showing everything I picked up at the expo. So make sure you stay tuned for that video going up on Sunday. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you slap the subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. Like I said, change your mind at any time. Drop a like on this video. Comment down below if you picked up anything at the expo. And yeah, make sure you follow us over on Instagram at Arc Sports Card. Yeah, next video, pickups, trade night, more expo footage. Don't miss out. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching.